Hello and welcome back to Chemicals Knowledge Hub TV, your one-stop shop for industry interviews and insight. My name is David McClelland and I'm delighted to be joined today by Peter DeYoung, who is CEO of Piramal Pharma Solutions. Peter, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Tell us a bit about Piramal Pharma Solutions and about how you're responding to the very obvious challenges that many of us are facing today.
First of all, thank you for having me on this virtual forum. I think part of what's changing in the world is that we can no longer do this sort of thing as easily in person. So it's nice that we're all innovating as to how we reach out and interact with each other in the new normal, if you will. First, a little bit about Piramal Pharma Solutions. We're a global contract development and manufacturing organization. We do drug product and drug substance. We have operations in 3 major continents: Asia, Europe, and North America. And we really do look to partner with our pharmaceutical company clients to help meet their needs. As we're all experiencing changes due to COVID-19, we've all had to see different impacts in that. I think I'm going to first start with demand. What we do and what we make for our clients is an essential life-sustaining or life-saving pharmaceutical. So what we do is critical for that. And so we see the demand for what we make for our clients as being largely unchanged, which is a positive thing. And I think the other nice positive is that governments around the world have recognized what we do is essential in that same way and encourage us to keep our facilities open. That then leads us to the question of supply. How are we keeping our facilities running in this difficult construct? As an organization, we've always been customer-centric, but last year we embarked upon a journey to become patient-centric. We spent a lot of time investing in getting our workers to understand what they do each day, no matter where they are, and understand the connection between their actions and patients. And what we found is that they really embraced that concept last year, but it really came to life when this crisis unfolded, because they had some very difficult choices. And we're truly blessed with the workforce and the colleagues we have, because they've really risen to the occasion. And it's been truly remarkable to see how all of our employees and workers and stakeholders have really realized what they do and how it matters to patients, and done the work necessary in the plans to make sure we can get the pharmaceuticals that we make for our clients to those patients. All the while, we've invested very heavily in making sure we have all the right prevention techniques and everything we can do at the plants where we operate to keep our workers safe so they can go home to their families and make sure that everyone is healthy and happy at home as well. And so we really are truly thankful, and it's really down to our workers and how they see the mission and what they do every day has made all the difference.
You know, we've been hearing stories across multiple industries, to be fair, about how many organizations and individuals have been pulling their A game out of the bag, pulling out all the stops, and, Herculean efforts all over the place to try and help companies, to try and help individuals through this crisis as best as we can. But I'm interested as well in what long-term changes you expect to see fall out of this, how the pharmaceutical industry may change forever as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
If you were to ask any of us where we thought we would be 5 years from now, 5 years ago, we would have been pretty bad at predicting this outcome. So I think that's the first caveat that I'd like to apply to my answer, is that I think we're all notoriously bad at predicting the future. But I guess these shows, we all benefit from these sorts of questions. And so I'll give you our perspective on 2 trends we see. The first is, for a very long time, there's been a big focus on efficiency, just-in-time inventory management, a lot of attention around eking out that last penny of cost. And obviously that is and remains important, particularly as economies struggle with the overall impact of COVID-19. However, I think one trend will be on resilience and essentially keeping supply chains resilient. As we've seen, as this crisis unfolded, customers and all of our stakeholders wanted to make sure that when the patients needed the medicines, they could get them. And it was all about, did we have redundancies in our system? Did we have the right approach to our supply chain all the way down to make sure that, and I think ultimately there'll be a greater focus on that. And we think that we are very well positioned to help our clients work through that challenge. We have operations in multiple continents. And we often, in many cases, actually provide redundancy from within our network for our clients so that they can get that sort of load balancing, if you will, or risk management approach from what we do with them. And even in some cases, we actually back integrate and cover some of the RSMs, KSMs, or intermediates or other early starting materials to further de-risk their supply chain. So we find that by having a geographic agnostic approach and being able to offer services in multiple places and often similar services, we can provide part of the solution to the question on supply chain resilience, which we think will be important. And I think the other one is speed to market. I think as you see the research and development that's happened in response to COVID-19, people have been discovering new therapeutics and new vaccines at a much accelerated rate. And we had developed an offering for integrated solutions for our clients, which allowed them to be much faster to market. And we've actually been helping in a number of cases companies with their responses to this particular area through our integrated offerings, which allowed them to be much faster than if they had to deal with each individual partner on a different step. And so I think that as those lessons get learned and accelerated through the response to this pandemic, we're going to see that sort of integrated offering and the focus on faster ways to get products to patients through the development cycle and commercialized. I think that's going to be a lesson that'll probably stick with us post this crisis.
Yeah. And are there any other areas in which Piramal in particular is looking to grow that you're particularly excited about?
So I think the first thing is we have broad-based growth that we're quite excited about on many dimensions, and we love to grow with our customers. We offer from discovery all the way to off-patent solutions for our customers, and we actually are in a unique position where a lot of our products for our customers are at that phase 3 or early commercialization phase, and we're really excited about growing with them. I think the second one is we have several capabilities that we think are really exciting for our customers, and they include our high-potent API facility in Michigan, our antibody drug conjugation facility in the UK, our high-potent sterile fill finish facility in Lexington, Kentucky, and lastly, we have hormone capabilities in the UK also. And we expect all of those to continue to have robust growth. I mentioned the integrated offering. It's probably one of our most rapidly growing offerings, where we offer a combination of services that let our customers work faster and simpler. I think the last one is we're getting growth across all of our major geographies, whether it be North America, Europe, or India.
Yeah, of course. Before we go, I just want to ask about again what's next for you, but in terms of the technology and facility investments, what's next for you in terms of developing those and expanding what you're able to offer to your customer?
So we just recently finished an expansion at our high-potent API facility in Riverview, Michigan. It's getting tremendous traction, and so we're actually in the process of doing engineering design for a further expansion of that in a customer-led expansion, which we are in the process of discussing with our customers. We're in the middle of construction. We had to take a slight pause, but we've restarted recently in Aurora in Canada, where we have another API facility where we're doing a significant expansion there, once again customer-led. And we are midway through an expansion with our drug product facility in India, in Pithampur, where we are, once again, a customer has asked us to expand what we do there, and we're doing that with them. And we're in the process of also doing certain engineering work along with customers to expand and potentially expand our facilities at Lexington, Kentucky, which are sterile fill finish, I mentioned it earlier, as well as our antibody drug conjugation facility in the UK. And we're seeing these sorts of opportunities as being examples of how we work with and partner with our customers to help us in that area. I think one other point is we're adding some solubility enhancing techniques in our formulation development facility in Ahmedabad, which does a lot of work for NCE customers, and many of them have difficult to dissolve drugs, and we're helping them with that.
Wow, you guys have got a lot going on, I think it's fair to say. So I'm going to let you get back to it. Peter, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to join us here. I look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Thank you.